Hey, besties. This is how we show you we appreciate you and that we care. We let you guys waste your time. What are you doing? You're playing in everybody's faces. And once again, the only people that seem to have gotten tickets are influencers. Let's all scream it from the rooftops that we get to go and none of you suckers got to go. And it just feels like influencers are pouring salt in the wound. And they're like, look, follow along because I'm actually going to be there. It's like, I don't want to see you. Okay, no. Okay, no. What the hell are these influencers doing? Don't you have enough? It's gluttony, it's greed. Okay, don't you have enough stuff? Don't you get enough PR? Don't you get enough free things? Nice job, Ulta. Like, what the hell are you doing? Here I go, entering an influencer giveaway, which are always 100% ethical, of course. Can we just stop the madness, please? Enough. People like don't even buy stuff that influencers talk about. In fact, if somebody recommends something, I'm like, oh, I'm most certain to not buy that thing because I think you're lying and I think you're paid. Recently, the highly anticipated event ULTA Beauty World launched and tickets were available to purchase, but the whole thing was built on a very poor foundation. And I'm not talking about the makeup variety, okay? I'm talking about companies that value influencers and viral marketing over their actual everyday paying customers, okay? And this is a tale as old as time at this point, but I feel like this whole drama and this whole situation is a very good learning lesson to all of us moving forward to not give our money to companies that waste our time. And of course, we're going to be touching on the overconsumption of ULTA Beauty World and many reasons why I honestly believe you shouldn't even want to go to one of these events. Now, if you don't know what's going down with ULTA Beauty World, let me fill you in. But before I do that, make sure you subscribe and hit the like button. Okay, if you like these types of videos, we do tons of videos like this over on this channel. And if you're not subscribed yet, what are you doing? So let's get into this. Before we talk about ULTA Beauty World 2026, we have to take it all the way back to ULTA Beauty World 2025 and why so many people are itching to go.
I went from quitting my job at ULTA Beauty to pursue my dreams to being the host of the first ever ULTA Beauty World.
So if that tells you anything, last year they had one of the most notorious makeup influencers of all time. Okay, perhaps maybe the most notorious of all time, hosting their event. She was the face of ULTA Beauty World 2025.
I've never been to a beauty convention, but this one was absolutely unlike any other.
Sorry, I just have to point this out. You've never been to a beauty convention, but this was absolutely like any other. How do you know that?
ULTA Beauty is in a league of its own. 1,500 attendees who all received a swag bag valued over $1,000.
So as she's mentioning, ULTA Beauty World is a convention set up by ULTA. They invite a bunch of brands to come and, set up booths and do little demonstrations of all their products. Attendees can go to each booth and learn more about the products. At the end of it, the main draw is that you get a humongous swag bag full of products, but you also get products from going to all the different booths and things like that. So last year there was only 1,500 attendees and everyone was hoping that for 2026 they would bump the number up.
Nearly 200 brands. There was so many celebrity makeup artist guest appearances, influencers in the building. When I tell you brands went all out for this, they were not coming to play. Everywhere you looked, there was something to see, something to do, and free beauty products to take home. ULTA Beauty World 2025 was one of the best experiences of my life. If you're thinking about going next year, you have to.
So as she mentioned, a lot of influencers were in attendance, but the thing about ULTA Beauty World is that it's actually open to the general public. You don't have to be an influencer to come, and it's almost marketed, in my opinion, as like a customer appreciation event. So if you're just like, a beauty lover who loves all things makeup and beauty, obviously, you have the opportunity to buy a ticket to go. Okay, look, it's pretty hard to argue that the main draw to this convention is not the huge swag bag valued at over $2,000, and the ticket price is only, I think, $160 or something like that. So you get a ton of product if you do get tickets to this event. Here's some videos of what people got last year.
This is everything I came home with from ULTA Beauty World. You guys, it's actually a little bit overwhelming. I don't know how I will be able to make a video showing each product.
Look, obviously, you know what I'm gonna say. Okay, if we can't even make a video of all of our products because there's simply too many, it's overconsumption. So I just want to make it very clear, the aspect of overconsumption is not lost on me. We're going to be discussing that later on in the video. Don't worry, there's an entire section dedicated to it, but we need to get to the bottom of this first, okay? Why are people wanting to go? This is the big draw, obviously, and it's just people buried alive and stuff. And it's just crazy amounts. I've never seen anything like this in my life.
Really won't be able to, so this is the best way I can show you guys, but there is so much.
In case you're wondering, ULTA Beauty World is 1,000% worth it. So we're literally having to use a hotel trolley to carry all of her stuff. off. Okay, she's got multiple bags. There's over 10 bags filled with products that you can't even carry around. The whole hotel floor is covered in products, which is just crazy. You could never use as much in a lifetime. All right, so let's fast forward to Ulta Beauty World 2026, the calm before the storm. All right, so Ulta Beauty posted this. The rumors are not true. Ulta Beauty World is on, and we'll see you at 9 a.m. Central Time tomorrow morning for tickets, besties. Which, look, side little tangent. I just can't stand these companies like calling people their besties and like, sorry. Ew. It's just weird. To me, it's creepy. You're my bestie. Like, no, we're not. Okay. And certainly after this debacle, it's obvious that Ulta Beauty does not view any of us as friends. We're cash cows for Ulta Beauty. That's what it is. Okay. So 'twas the night before Ulta Beauty World tickets went on sale, and everybody's super excited about it, right?
Ulta Beauty World tickets are going live in 24 hours, aka the Hunger Games are starting. So here's everything that I think that you should know as a girl who's on the Ulta Beauty Collective, and I will be going this year. Quickly, these are things that you already should know. So the date is April 16th. It's going to be in Orlando, Florida. Tickets go live Wednesday, January 21st at 9 a.m. Central Time. When you attend the event, you do not want to be a gremlin or a menace. You do not want to be running, pushing, screaming, throwing a fit. You want to be a respectful human. Some of your favorite influencers might be there, but like, we all have to be respectful.
Okay. Here we have someone who's on the Ulta Beauty Collective. It's essentially a group of people that they've kind of curated yearly to represent the brand of Ulta Beauty and to show products. They have early access to products. They represent the brand, okay, mostly on social media. And, she's giving people tips about how to act at Ulta Beauty World, okay? She's letting people know their favorite influencers are going to be there to hang out with or whatever. Letting people know what the drill is, how to get tickets, all of that stuff.
Be nice to the people that are working the booths because they represent the brand and they're watching everything. And
look, I just gotta be honest, this is just sort of weird vibes. Okay. This is, like I mentioned, a general public event. Anybody can buy a ticket to Ulta Beauty World. You don't have to be an influencer. So I don't know why she's making it seem like this is the influencer panopticon where they're watching you, brands are watching you. Once again, she's a representative of Ulta Beauty brand, and she's kind of even saying like, look, this is like an influencer event. The influencers are king here. We're going to be watching you. So you better be on your best behavior. What?
Also, just like be a kind human in general. If you want even more information, you can go to ultabeauty.com. Join the Ulta Beauty broadcast channels. If you don't get a ticket, it is okay. Don't be mean. Don't be rude. It's supposed to be a girly, fun, silly poo-poo caca time. Love you.
And tonight, I'm praying for all the girlies who want to go to Ulta Beauty World. I hope we all get our tickets, girl, because if we don't, y'all gonna have to come check on me.
Look, guys, it's a big deal. People were waiting for this since they saw all the content that came out last year and all the influencers hyping it up from last year. Seeing the 658,000 views on Ulta Beauty's recent Instagram post, knowing dang well I'm gonna have to fight tooth and neck for these tickets, and I live in Orlando. So yeah, a lot of people know about this event. I feel like not a lot of people knew about it in 2025, but in 2026, it's a different story. Okay, a lot of people were wanting to get some ticks. And just like that, Ulta Beauty World is live. They posted to their Instagram, it's time, link in bio, get your tickets. Clear eyes, full mascara tube, can't lose, right? Or so we thought. It appears that no one got tickets.
Ulta Beauty World was the biggest scam of 2026 so far. I literally had 3 devices in the queue at 10 o'clock on the dot. I refreshed at 9:59 and then I refreshed again at 10 o'clock. I saw that I was 10 seconds in. On the phone that I'm filming on, I got just over halfway through the queue. This phone, I got 2 dots in and it never moved. My computer, same thing. I literally have, I can't show them, but I have my cards out ready. I made sure Apple Pay was out and ready, and I didn't get anywhere near close to getting a ticket. And they're not getting good PR right now. Literally, I saw this. People were absolutely going bananas in the comments. Like, can we have an update? We've been waiting 40 minutes.
Guys, this was a hot mess. Okay, to put it plainly. If you've been through any sort of queue, you know how it feels. I've been there, okay, where you lose out on the tickets. It's just like, what the hell? It felt like no one got tickets, and it felt like everybody's time was absolutely wasted sitting in a queue that they actually said wasn't even supposed to exist. Yeah, that's right. They said that there wasn't going to be any queue at all. And it turned out that people were in the queue for over an hour.
And because all of a sudden it said the line was paused, and then finally they just said, sorry, we're sold out. So I guess Ulta Beauty World is just another PR influencer stunt.
And it was such poor planning on Ulta Beauty's part. They sat and waited to update you whether or not it was sold out for over an hour. which for us girlies that literally work a 9 to 5 was so frustrating because we're trying to get tickets while trying to do our jobs.
Hey, besties, these tickets are going live. This is marketed as a general public, almost customer appreciation event. And this is how we show you we appreciate you and that we care. We let you guys waste your damn time, sit in the queue. We don't tell you that the tickets are sold out till an hour afterward. And, you know, people took off from their jobs. What are you doing? Okay, you're playing in everybody's faces. And once again, the only people that seem to have gotten tickets are influencers, of course. You know, she makes a great point here, which is that Ulta had no respect during this whole process of their working customers, which makes up a large majority of their business and their customer base, okay? It's very frustrating that they did not tell people as soon as they were sold out that they were sold out, okay? And that you could exit the queue and stop trying.
It was marketed like a public event and hosted like a private event, and that's the issue with Ulta Beauty World. With only 3,000 tickets, they could have sold this event out just by dropping the ticket link in an email campaign. But instead, they chose to go the social media route, drive a bunch of virality to it, get all this excitement, and then let down the majority of people.
This is absolutely correct. And, you know, the other thing, too, you have to remember, they had the biggest influencer on TikTok as their ambassador last year. She hosted the entire event, okay, Michaela Noguera. And she was telling everybody, you guys need to go next year. You guys got to go sign up, you know, next year. Make no mistake, they've always wanted this event to be some big, highly anticipated, exclusive event that everybody's trying to get tickets for because it drives engagement to their brand, okay? This was always the plan. It's just so frustrating the way that Ulta has decided to go about this, and that this was essentially their way of giving back to their customers by putting on this event, and this is how people are treated. It's gross.
Obviously, that's going to cause bad PR. But on top of that, they have lied about a lot of things. Number one, they said there would be no queue.
Yep. Somebody said, is there a queue we should log on early to get into? And Ulta Beauty replied back, no queue. And everybody was in a queue.
And then there was. On their website, they said you could only buy 1 ticket per purchase, per person, and your ID had to match it. But yet, once people got into the ticket link, they were able to then go in and continue to buy for 10 minutes on top of that.
And by the way, this is a huge problem because the tickets were extremely limited.
10 a.m. to 10:45, they left us sitting in a queue that they knew was sold out, that this event was sold out. They left us sitting there, and then finally at 10:45 said, oh, sorry, the event's sold out on social media. You stayed on the ticket link, which I did. At 11:30, the ticket link said, oh, hang on, there might still be tickets.
11:31 a.m., still in line. Thank you so much for being a loyal Ulta Beauty World fan. As guests complete checkout, some may choose to exit before finalizing their purchase, so tickets may still become available. Hang tight and keep an eye out. So, you know, this is 11:30. Guys, the tickets were sold out in like 10 minutes. There were no tickets left.
And then at 1:30, I checked back and it finally said, okay, it's sold out. So people aren't upset that they didn't get a ticket. Obviously, not everybody would. What they're upset about is that they made this seem like it was going to be this big event. And 3,000 people is not a big event for a massive company like Ulta.
No, I totally get it. So just like everyone, I had to keep refreshing until I was able to register for myself. So I was able to get my ticket first, obviously. Then I noticed these 3 lines in the corner, and surprisingly, when you clicked it, it asked you if you wanted to register again.
This is just a video kind of showing allegedly that people were able to go back and continue buying tickets as long as they did get through the queue. And look, I just think it's fishy. You know, obviously they wrote 1 ticket per transaction, and if you go back, that's multiple transactions, but I think it can be reasonably implied that if you say, okay, 1 ticket per person and your ID must match, that you're only supposed to buy 1. So why were people able to buy multiple tickets on 1 device? You know, it just doesn't seem fair, especially with how limited the tickets were. It's just craziness. And it's very frustrating from what is being advertised, what's being told, what's being communicated versus what was actually happening behind the scenes.
I was able to get tickets for my sisters and my mom at that point.
So she got a minimum of like 4 tickets. Me, after scoring 5 tickets to Ulta Beauty World. So this person comes on, said, what, like it's hard? Playing in everybody's faces. It's just weird behavior. And just was responding so rude to people. That's cool because they're non-transferable, so have fun hoarding 4 other tickets you can't give away. Sister, the tickets aren't all in my name. How would that even make sense? How? I thought it was only 1 ticket per person. Once you got in, you had 10 minutes. I purchased back-to-back for me and my 4 best friends. It's a disgrace. 5 tickets, 0 proof. Coming with someone with 0 tickets. LOL. Once again, nice job, Ulta. Like, what the hell are you doing? Okay? This is how you repay people. How is that fair? Then a brand that apparently is going goes, excited to share this moment with you there. And she goes, can't wait. Now, all this drama left people with a lot of questions. If they didn't get the tickets, who did?
See, here's my problem. Because who got the tickets? Who got the tickets?
I'll tell you who. The influencers.
I was on there at 10 o'clock on the dot. click the link. The link was small as freak, but luckily I've got 20/20 vision right now. So I saw the link, so I clicked it. I only ever got the 3 bubbles. 3 bubbles. Who got the tickets? I'm just seeing all these people that didn't get the tickets. Mad people in the comments of ULTA Beauty talking about, this is wild. Who got the tickets? Who got the tickets?
Well, I can tell you from my personal experience that I saw multiple influencers who were proudly claiming that they were able to get their hands on some tickets. Now, I just find that to be very interesting considering there were only 3,000 tickets available and there were an estimated 3 million people on the website trying to get tickets at the same time. So it's just very interesting to me that so many influencers were able to get their hands on these tickets.
I really wanted to believe that ULTA was not full of it. I'm seeing so many people saying that they did not get a ticket. It's not adding up. It's just starting to feel like y'all only had 10 tickets for the public and then the rest of the tickets went to creators. That's fine though, because y'all will never waste my time again. I'll go to Sephora or I won't go at all.
So yeah, a lot of people feeling the same way where they're like, why am I seeing so many influencers who are the only people that are able to go to this and were able to secure tickets? It's very fishy, okay? And I like what she said here because this is the right sentiment. After this ULTA, you will not waste my time again. I will not give you the opportunity to waste my time ever again. You know, fool me once, we're done. And I really do believe that that's the right sentiment. After something like this happens, you know, it's like you really do have to say, you know what? I'm not allowing anyone to waste my time ever again. I'm not going to give this company the power to ruin my day ever again. They will not be rewarded. Now, this is when people really started to get pissed.
I hate to break it to you, but ULTA Beauty World sold out in less than 30 minutes. Boots on the ground reporting says that they're at full capacity now. So let me know if you secured a ticket. I'm going to see you there.
First of all, Boots on the ground reporting, this was an online ticket event. Don't know what is Boots on the ground about an online ticketing event. But anyway, look, it's just annoying. You don't get tickets, you sit in a queue, you have your time wasted. There's all these things happening that prevented you from getting a ticket that they said were explicitly not going to happen, and they did happen. You log on a TikTok and it just feels like influencers are pouring salt in the wound. And they're like, look, follow along because I'm actually going to be there. It's like, I don't want to see you there. It's just weird to try to drive traffic to your page when everyone's so pissed off and nobody got tickets. Like, just please stop. Live reporting Boots on the ground. My sources say ULTA Beauty World 2026 sold out in 27 minutes. See you there. Look, I'm opening up the case. If she really does have a boots on the ground source, which actually she probably does because she's part of the ULTA Beauty Collective and works directly with ULTA, if they sold out in 27 minutes, why did they still have a message up in the queue saying, hang on, there might be some tickets still available at 31 minutes? Were they lying? Who's lying here? It's a bunch of baloney. Again, so frustrating.
Just so you know, 3 million people were trying to get 3,000 tickets for ULTA Beauty World. That means that everyone had like a 0.1% chance of getting tickets. Sold out in quite literally 1 to 2 minutes.
When did it sell out? Now we're saying 1 to 2 minutes. Before we're saying 27 minutes. What is it? For people to have a 0.1% chance, the amount of influencers that I saw that got tickets, how is this even making sense? I'm confused. It just seems so shady, so sketchy.
The system is not rigged. People are just really excited about it because of the success from last year. And it's not just all influencers, because non-influencers, there's about 3,000 compared to the number of influencers that are going, which I don't even have an estimate for, but it is definitely less than 3,000. So just know that any tickets given to influencers did not come out of the 3,000 that were sold out today on ultabeauty.com. Most influencers that already had a ticket were either trying to get a ticket for an assistant, because at the end of the day, it's a work event. We need help getting content, getting tickets for moms, partners, trying to get a ticket for a friend that was already in the queue, or maybe wanted to do a little ticket giveaway.
Okay, no. Okay, no. Oh, no. Okay, why are you admitting that you were in the queue with everybody else when you already have tickets? This is craziness. Okay, why are you taking tickets away from the general public? So your assistant can go to do a giveaway, but you can't do a giveaway with these tickets because they have to match the actual ID of the person. They're non-transferable. You can't actually do a giveaway. What are you talking about? So you're trying to get in there to boost your own business? Okay, once again, guys, no giveaways are truly altruistic anymore. Okay, I'm just saying it. They want followers, they want engagement on their posts, they want to generate goodwill. You know that I love to say that, and it's true every time. It's true every time. But this whole line about, oh, we're trying to do giveaways and plan little stuff for our followers, no, you're not. Okay, what are you talking about? Oh, our assistants need to come. Do you know how annoying that is? Our assistants need to come with me to this beauty event. What? What do you need an assistant there for? To walk around a beauty event and get free stuff? What is an assistant going to hold your bags for you? This is so frustrating to hear, not only because this is, you know, a representative of ULTA, but also because it's coming off the heels of ULTA's horribly executed ticketing fiasco. What the hell are these influencers doing in these queues, taking up tickets? Don't you have enough? It's gluttony, it's greed. Okay, don't you have enough stuff? Don't you get enough PR? Don't you get enough free things? Why are you even in there? Is it not enough to just be able to attend the event on its own? You have to also have your friends and your entourage walking around with you. This is craziness. And it's crazy to admit that you were also in the queue taking up tickets from other people.
It's gonna still be a silly poo-poo caca time, and I really hope that we can have more people there next year.
Oh my God. So let's see what this says. The ratio of people to tickets for ULTA Beauty World was wild. Remember, you only had a 0.1% chance of getting them, and they sold out in a couple of minutes. For people wondering why myself and other influencers were trying to get an extra ticket, let me explain. We were either trying to get tickets for assistants, moms, partners, help other friends also in the queue, or wanted to do a ticket giveaway, etc. This is a work event for us, so of course we want to do the best we can with delivering content. Yeah, I think the last thing people want to hear after getting royally screwed over by ULTA through this hot mess process is that the influencers were also screwed over because they weren't able to get their assistants a ticket, or they weren't able to get their entire entourage a ticket. Okay, so they could get more content. Stop. Do not piss me off, please. We gotta deliver content. No one cares about the content. I'm sorry. From ULTA Beauty World. Honestly, I don't even know that influencer marketing even works anymore. So it's like, why does ULTA put so much stock into influencers anyway? I don't understand it. People like don't even buy stuff that influencers talk about. In fact, I feel like it has a reverse effect these days where if somebody recommends something, I'm like, oh, I'm most certain to not buy that thing because I think you're lying and I think you're paid. That's just my opinion. Why do they put so much stock in these people? I have no clue. ULTA will be doing ticket giveaways and influencers like myself will be doing swag bag giveaways. Yay! The influencers are coming to save us! Woohoo! Stop. Enough. Stop. Please don't fall for scammers. Tickets are non-transferable. Please remember that. How about you remember that? You're talking about doing a ticket giveaway, which you cannot do. What are you talking about? So you remember that, please. ULTA Beauty World is going to be incredible. Next year will be even better. Please be kind humans, although I know many are feeling defeated and disappointed.
All right, so this goes out to and any of the influencers that got the ULTA Beauty tickets, but specifically for what I'm not understanding is that there are clear rules that you cannot transfer this ticket. You cannot give it away. You can't give it to anybody. So you saying that you can do a ticket giveaway makes absolutely no sense at all. So why is it that when I commented on your...
She wrote, so why wouldn't ULTA give you, influencers, 2 tickets then? It makes it unfair to the general public for you to be in the queue then. Exactly. If ULTA really cared about you getting content, they would have given you tickets for your assistant or whatever. I don't even know why influencers need assistants. Like, I'm sorry, I really don't know what they're doing. What are influencer assistants doing? I'm puzzled and bewildered, quite frankly. So why wouldn't you give ULTA? Yeah, exactly. So this was her comment. Okay, very benign, very benign.
Your page, you then deleted the comment and then proceeded to block me for clocking you that you were in the queue with the rest of us. So you're basically admitting that a lot of the influencers joined the queue like everybody else to get tickets.
It's a disgrace. Get out of the damn queue if you're an influencer. I'm sorry. Okay, get out of the queue. Actually, we should all be out of the queue. None of us should be in the queue because ULTA is disrespectful. They don't shit about any of us, and that's the real point I'm making, is they don't care. That's my opinion. I think that they wanted this to be some big hyped up crazy event that's super exclusive. I think they wanted to drive a lot of buzz and news stories to ULTA Beauty World, get the hype going for the years beyond this, and I think we just have to be like, you know what, screw you.
When they already have one. Why do you guys need to do that? You're taking away from people who took time out of their day, took time off, and just like regular people trying to get into this event.
You don't understand. Their assistants need to go to the convention. Somebody's got to hold the bags. Somebody's got to hold the camera.
Why would you do that? You already have a ticket. The whole purpose is so everybody can enjoy that. And you going into the queue buying another ticket for your partner, assistant, etc. is just, it has me dumbfounded.
It's greed.
Because
there's no reason any of us should have any questions. It's greed.
and then you're blatantly saying it. But it's just the fact that we're clocking you on it. There was multiple people under your page, under your TikTok, clocking you about it. Like, it's not fair for an influencer to already have a ticket and then to proceed to go into the queue like everybody else to try to get more tickets. And then what really kills me, right, is that your husband comes on.
Hi, I'm husband. I never do this because my wife's page is hers alone and she can do with it as she pleases. But for everyone that is upset and saying mean things about influencers, especially my wife, and spreading misinformation about how the tickets are distributed to people and influencers, please understand those mean comments have an effect on people and their mental health. Use this platform for encouragement and love, not hate comments to people that you have never met or know at all. Please be nice. Loves all of her fans. This does not need to feel bad or discouraged about something that she has no control over. I love you. People are so mean. For holding people accountable, I commented saying, no, it's unfair for her to be in the public's queue when she already had a ticket. What's not clicking for you guys? Yeah, guys, it's not hateful to say, what the hell are you doing in the queue? Okay, it's simple. Just don't be in the queue. You were wrong. Okay, you were wrong. It's not hateful. It's not spreading misinformation. Look, I appreciate a guy who's willing to go to bat for his wife. Okay, but come on, we've got to be serious here. This is crazy.
Defend you, basically. Like, oh my God, people are so mean, blah, 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 blah. Like, no, you did it to yourself. You literally did it to yourself. You posted a video saying that influencers were in the queue to get tickets for assistants, mom, partners, your friend, and then for a ticket giveaway. Like, be so for real right now. Be so for real. And yes, people who did not get,
there's just no way out of that one. Sorry.
Tickets are very validly upset. 100%. If influencers are getting X amount of tickets, right? And then they're joining the queue with everybody else to take a ticket away from somebody else. And then for you to sit here and be like, oh my God, people are so mean. They're coming at me for clocking me on me admitting that I'm trying to get another ticket. No.
And I also think that it doesn't help that she was framing it as, guys, remember, this is a work event for us. You need to have some sympathy for influencers. Like, I'm sorry, what the hell are we talking about? Like, I just don't care. That still doesn't explain why you're in the queue with everybody else. This is craziness.
And Ulta Beauty, seriously.
Look, I totally agree with all this, but ultimately, okay, it's Ulta's fault. Okay, that's who our anger should be directed at. While there are many influencers who are acting uncouth, okay, acting out, okay, I would say it's ultimately Ulta. And that's who dropped the ball here. That's who I think we need to realize is the one creating all these problems.
You had people waiting for over an hour to tell us it was sold out in minutes. There were influencers that were getting early access for tickets. There were people that were getting tickets that signed on before 10 o'clock. And then you made a comment saying, oh, there's not going to be a queue. But then we're in a queue. You're having a lot of influencers get free PR all year round. All year round.
That's what's really frustrating is influencers get stuff constantly. They get recognized by Ulta, they get rewarded by Ulta, and they get free stuff by Ulta, even though they can afford it. It's considered a tax write-off for those people. It's not for, the everyday average person. And this is, what was supposed to be, you would think, a customer appreciation event, okay, for the general public. Why are there so many influencers here? No one's understanding it. It's so frustrating.
People are spending their hard-earned money at Ulta, and then for Ulta to basically be like, oh yeah, sorry. If
you are an influencer who was in the queue today or has a ticket to ULTA Beauty World or whatever it's called, you are incredibly tone deaf. If you get a ton of PR, you think that you deserve a spot there, that is crazy to me.
100,000%. You get so much. Why do you need more? Can you just sit this one out, please? Look, if this was an influencer event, it would have been for influencers only. It would have been invite only to influencers. Okay. This was for the general public. There's plenty of opportunities for influencers to go to influencer only events where these same things are taking place. Okay.
I didn't even bother trying to get a ticket because I just think that that would be so tone deaf of me. I have drawers and drawers and storage of makeup and things of that sort. Why would I go? If there are any influencers there for work, they should get no free products. I don't care. I don't care.
I
And I
agree.
stand on that.
They could have had a separate influencer sign up or something. Here's an example, guys. Remember, 0.1% chance. There was a 0.1% chance that you were going to get a ticket. Okay. And this influencer, who has 1.6 million followers on TikTok, was able to get not one, but 2 tickets. Her friend also got through the queue.
Wait, we don't know for sure. Congratulations, you are right! James, we got it! We got it! So half an hour later, we just got tickets.
I mean, something's wrong here, okay? Type in the code they gave you. She goes, people got codes? Please. Of course, influencer with 1.6 million followers got in. She said, my roommate and I both did. We all have the same odds. We are very excited. Is it true that we all have the same odds? Is it really true? That is the question, ultimately. You literally have 1.3 million followers and could get PR at any given moment, but yeah, sure. My roommate really wanted to go. It's her dream. I was only doing it for her to have an extra chance because I know how much it means to her. We did not expect to get it, let alone both of us. We are very grateful. This is giving we both got the link to purchase ahead. Yeah, it kind of is. Seems very fishy. You both got tickets? What are the chances? Yeah, exactly. We both got so lucky. We looked up the odds. It said 0.001% chance. Oh yeah, I'm sure that's what people want to hear, is that the influencer who's got 1.6 million followers has gotten lucky again. Okay. Yeah, great. LOL, just the influencers. Yeah, people are like, great. Shocker. Influencers got the tickets. Woohoo. If you guys wanted to be real MVPs, since you already get so much free promo, you should donate your tickets to one of your followers or supporters, since they are the reason you're able to live your best life. Just a thought. I'm mostly excited to be in a room with brand owners and artists who have inspired me so much. The products I do get will be going in a giveaway. Okay, great. I'm sorry. I don't think people want more giveaways. Oh, great. I lost out on a 0.001% chance to get tickets, but here I go entering an influencer giveaway, which are always 100% ethical, of course. Can we just stop the madness, please? Enough. LMAO, Ulta Beauty World is about to make everyone hate influencers and really reshape the beauty market, because this was bullshit, and you sent me 2 broken palettes to back to back. I'm so tired of y'all. Yeah, and so then here's a comment that somebody posted as well. It went to influencers in an email with a code, and then Ulta replied, just to clarify, our #UBCollective members received tickets from a separate allocation, not the public sale. Their tickets didn't impact the number available to guests. Hey Ulta, can you address the fact that your #UBCollective members were also in the queue trying to snatch up tickets from everybody else? Can we address that as well? That'd be nice. Why don't you leave a comment to your besties and let us know? Okay, since we're besties after all, enough's enough. Things went downhill from there. All right, because this video was posted. POV, Ulta Beauty just gave the entire collective tickets to Ulta Beauty World. Guys, it's like they're rubbing salt in the wounds.
This is really like the start of our partnership together. We're here in Park City, but we don't know what's next. And we decided that we need to get together. I think you all knew of like a little beauty event that happened last
Ulta Beauty World, we're all going. Let's all scream it from the rooftops that we get to go and none of you suckers got to go. Okay. What did Ulta have to say about all of this? Well, not a whole lot, actually. And it hurts, really, because I thought we were besties after all. They finally posted, sorry, we're sold out. Okay, Ulta Beauty World. Missed them? Don't worry. There'll be chances to win. Stay tuned. Yay, another lottery. Woo! Off Ulta. For next year, you should rename the event Ulta Beauty Influencers World. 2,500 tickets available and 300 tickets for public. I'm very curious to see how many influencers are going to be there. It's going to be very illuminating, I think. Ulta is very quiet. I want to know exactly how many tickets were sold. How many tickets are they planning on giving away? How many tickets were gifted to influencers? The silence is loud. Oh yeah. These people have their foot on Ulta's neck. Ulta really said, let's act like this is first come, first serve and not have anyone get a ticket that can make content for us. Good luck with sales from the people who genuinely do buy from y'all. Yeah, people are waking up and they're waking up fast. They're like, you know what? We're the heart of your business and we know it. And there's a lot of power in that. I'm just going to let you all know there is. I'm so done with these companies treating people like shit. Can't wait to see the event from 3K influencers who were able to purchase tickets. Yeah, there was tons of influencers that bought tickets that I personally saw that ended up like deleting their videos and their posts because people were like, wait, how the hell did you get tickets? How the hell did the 0.001% chance gift you guys this opportunity? Out of 3 million people, how is it that so many influencers got through? Sephora it is, which Sephora, by the way, is Sephora's version of this, okay? I'm not sure it's much better, but anyway. Sure ain't shopping at Ulta no more. Literally the worst ticket sale ever, all for a publicity stunt. Watch it by all influencers. Things don't add up. This was so sketchy and disorganized.
The backlash to Ulta Beauty World has been so loud that Ulta, with 7.6 million followers on Instagram and 1.6 on TikTok, has not made a single post in 3 days.
I think Ulta's PR department's on fire, and it's their own fault, quite frankly, because they created this mess, okay? They thought they were going to pull a fast one over everybody and, you know, get like all this hype generated, you know, be this amazing PR event. Cool, we're going to be generating so much hype for this, and there's going to be so many people that want to come in 2027. People are waking up and they're like, you know what? I don't think I want anything to do with this company, actually.
And that's with an upcoming launch of Rare Beauty in their stores in less than a week.
All right, guys. Well, we've arrived at the overconsumption section of this video, as promised, all right? Because I deliver on my promises.
I don't know if anyone else is on the side of TikTok where they're seeing the mass frenzy of people trying to get tickets to Ulta Beauty World. It's in Orlando, Florida, and there are people who are buying tickets, spending $400, and tickets are $160. They're spending $400 a night at hotels near there. They're paying however much for a plane ticket. So these people are spending like $900 to $1,000, some people more, on these tickets because you get a lot of free products. You get guaranteed $2,000 worth of products, and then you get more on top of that.
You know, another thing that they could have done is they could have made this a local only event and like kind of taken the convention on a tour sort of, and like, you know, maybe done it that way. So it would be people that didn't have to pay an arm and a leg for accommodations and travel, you know. When you really think about it, it is truly people who are flying from all over to be able to attend this event, to be able to get hordes and hordes of products. And it's like so many of us are consumer driven. And I'll make this disclaimer again, and I'll continue to make it probably until the day I die. But, you know, I used to be somebody that had a problem specifically. Okay, that's why it's like it hits close to home, guys. I specifically had a problem with makeup, buying makeup, shopping problems, okay, specifically related to makeup. So I have been there, and I have also felt the disappointment, and I understand the disappointment of not being able to get a ticket and waiting in a queue and having your time wasted. But I can also say, having this perspective, that none of this is worth it. This event is not worth it. There's so much freedom in letting go of the fruitless endeavor, which is overconsumption and consumption culture. If you free yourself from this, companies and situations like this no longer have the power to control you or ruin your day. And it's such a good feeling. I mean, easier said than done, but we've got to start moving towards that because this is going to continue to happen.
However, I think there's a larger conversation to be had about the overconsumption that is going on here. Like, I hate to say it, but I fear everyone has a shopping addiction because you don't need that many products. You can't use that many products. And I've heard people say, well, you're not losing any money because if you spend $1,000 and you get 2,000 in items, you're actually making 1,000. But it's like, if you weren't planning on spending that 1,000 in the first place, then you are losing out.
$1,000 is a lot of money. Everything's becoming more and more expensive. And it's just like, okay, yeah, maybe the ticket's $160, but you've got to travel there. You got to do the hotel for 2 nights or whatever. And that's $500 a night. This is not just $160. It's rarely that simple anymore. Everything's costing way too much. She's making a great point here. $1,000 is a lot. And it's money that you don't need to spend at all, especially on a company that does not give a shit about you.
You're going to trade $1,000 that you wouldn't have spent for a bunch of products that you're not going to be able to fully use. It just speaks to the level of shopping addictions that we have in this country and the level of like mass overconsumption.
You know, when I see those humongous swag bags that people are taking home, they're mailing home boxes and crates of makeup and things. It's like, how did we get to this point? It's a very sobering moment of like, why are any of us doing this? Who could use all of this? None of us can use it. And is it even stuff that we want? When you get a huge pile of makeup, you're literally sitting in a hotel filled with makeup. You can't appreciate any of those products. You can't use any of those products, okay? Can't even test them out in a reasonable time before they expire.
Beauty World debacle, yeah. Can we have a conversation about it? Why is stuff like this so overhyped? We are serious victims of marketing and overconsumption here. You're spending $160 on a ticket, and then you're taking a tote bag and stuffing it with absolutely everything you possibly can. Talk about gluttony, but with beauty products. That amount of product isn't even realistically consumable. Even if you were to give it away to like 4 friends. Like, listen, I get it. It's about the experience. It's about the installations. It's about the services that you can get, right? A lot of people now want to experience a beauty expo or convention to some degree, at least once in their lifetime. The thing is that it's actually adding to a real problem in the beauty community, which is like pushing haul culture and overconsumption. It's not even attainable for most people.
This is a great point that she's making, and she's talking about the overall implications that overconsumption has on the beauty space. And, you know, we've seen this since 2016. Everyone's talking about 2016, you know, reminiscing about 2016, but that's really where it began, where people started to have these humongous collections. People used to use the same makeup palette over and over again. And now it's like, we have so many, we can't use any of them. People don't want to watch reviews anymore. We just go ahead and buy everything that we see. I think we've lost a lot of artistry, a lot of creativity in the process of this overconsumption slop that we're experiencing and that the beauty community has been experiencing for many years now. Looking at haul videos from ULTA Beauty World as an ex-employee and being disgusted by the amount of product that is definitely going to be wasted and or hoarded. Yeah.
I've been thinking a lot since yesterday about this whole ULTA Beauty fiasco situation. And do you know what I think that they were going for? I heard someone else talk about this here, that we were never meant to get the tickets. It was just to generate all this brand awareness and all this movement, all this commotion. But I think that they were trying the whole exclusivity thing.
Oh, everybody is. Haven't you noticed? Okay, you can't even buy a sweatshirt anymore without being in a queue, fighting against everybody else. There's thousands of people also in it, trying to get the same drops that you're getting, you know? It's very effective in this day and age, okay? Everything sells out. Everything's a limited edition. Everything is exclusive. 3 million people try to get these 10 tickets. I'm done. That's really the cycle we all need to break from as well. Like, if any company's using this tactic, I'm starting to just be like, you know what? I'm not engaging anymore.
Because exclusivity makes people want to do more and go above and beyond to get that product or be that type of client.
It feels like gambling or something, you know, it's a rush, testing your luck to see if you can get through the queue and you can actually get your hands on it. Sometimes you don't even want that thing, you just want to play the game, right? And I think that's what's become a thrill for a lot of people. I mean, look at, you're seeing even people that have tickets are going back for seconds. What's going on?
You make it exclusive and unreachable to people, people are going to want it more. But I think that this is having the opposite effect, right? Because I don't know about you, but on April 16th, when all those influencers who got a ticket, or probably 5 tickets per person, when all of them go and start sharing their hauls and, oh, you got to go to ULTA Beauty World. You know what I'm doing? I'm blocking them. I don't know when it's going to click for brands that it's not the influencers who's keeping them up and running. It's the consumers.
Obviously, I totally agree with this, but I wonder if brands are really just concerned about all PR is good PR, like, you know, type of thing. I wonder if they just want brand recognition. I wonder if they just want people talking about them. I don't even know if they are concerned that it's necessarily good things that people are saying or that people are angry. I think they just care that people are talking about them and getting them recognition. And I think that that's what influencers do.
I'm not a marketing specialist, but I feel like what just happened here was so that it's not going to cause that effect that they want of like, oh, this was so exclusive that next year more people will want to join. It's creating that effect of, oh, I don't think I want to shop with them anymore.
I think that she's right only if people start to wake up. It only works if people realize how much change they can create when deciding where to exercise your purchasing power. Okay, if you know and understand that if I don't spend my money with companies that treat me like trash, okay, and waste my time and constantly disrespect me and do not provide a good experience for me, then I will not shop here anymore. Everybody kind of collectively at the same time has to make that decision and has to break free of, you know, this consumption culture that we're in, of constantly wanting to be part of these exclusive events. You know, for me, my new mantra is like, if it's exclusive, I want nothing to do with it. That's none of my business anymore because I'm not doing this. I don't want to be part of this parade, this circus. I'm not marching in it. No, I'm not. No good can come so long as people are this engaged still in overconsumption. Unfortunately, it's creating a blind spot for people as to how companies are treating their customers.
The reason this ULTA Beauty World thing is so upsetting, for me at least, is because I am just tired of being treated by companies. Like, honestly, I'm just so tired of it. I feel like every single day companies come up with a new way to treat their customers and their consumers like they are just disposable, like they don't matter at all.
I feel like the experiences are getting worse and worse for all of us as customers. No companies are doing special things anymore for paying customers. A lot of companies are doing away with their rewards programs and it just making things more difficult while they make more money.
And the thing is, customer used to be king. It really did. The people who keep you in business, the people who spend their money with you every single day, the people, they're the reason you have a job, you know? It's just not like that anymore. I feel like so many brands just do not value their customer anymore. And that's exactly how I'm left feeling with this whole Ulta Beauty World thing. I do not get upset when I see beauty influencers or content creators going on these lavish brand trips. Okay, I really don't get upset. They've earned it, they've put in the work, good for them. That was,
well,
by invite only, okay? That is not something that I had access to. However, Ulta went so far out of their way to advertise Ulta Beauty World as something pretty similar, where you can pay to have an experience.
Yep.
Where you go in and you get to mingle with all of these brands and do X, Y, and Z.
Yep.
Literally on their website, it's like, we're all VIPs here at Ulta Beauty World.
It's a lie. We're all VIPs. You're all my besties.
They knew they weren't going to have that many tickets available for actual public purchase. Okay, they knew that. They knew. But instead of saying, hey guys, just so you know, there's really not that many available, they didn't want the heat from that. They didn't want to have to explain that. So they just let us all sit in line, waste our time, take off the work, whatever. It's just disrespectful is what it is. And I'm just tired of being disrespected by these companies, okay? At the end of the day, I'm disappointed I can't go, but I'm more upset by the way that it was handled. Once again, I'm just tired of being treated like shit by these companies.
Agreed with every single point that she made. Truly, I do. And look, I'm just going to say this. Situations like Ulta Beauty World will keep happening so long as we keep giving our hard-earned money to companies who value influencers over their everyday customers. After watching how all of this has unfolded, I don't know why anyone would want to go to these types of events ever again. Not just because of the overconsumption. Why would we want to give our money to a company that does this, that wastes your time, disrespects you, and puts influencers over their actual paying customer base, which makes up the majority of how they're even making their money in the first place, okay? It's bullshit. And people aren't even buying stuff from influencers anymore. So it's like, wow, this is really rich that you decided to put your stock into all these people once again. And what's left for your actual loyal customers? Nothing. The rest of us get scraps. At some point, you have to decide to get off the roller coaster. The never-ending ups and downs of overconsumption, the highs and lows of getting in these queues and feeling disappointed and disrespected because nobody cares about your time. These companies that constantly are putting influencers in the front row while you're waiting in line still, we have to get off the roller coaster and start living our lives and spending our money in places where we are valued. And that's pretty much what I have to say about it, but I would love to know your guys' thoughts about Ulta Beauty World down below in the comments. As always, guys, subscribe if you're not subscribed already, because I make tons of videos like this one on topics just like this one. So if you liked it, leave a like, and I'll see you guys in my next video.
On three, I want to get a "We love Ulta Beauty." Ready? 1, 2, 3. We love
Kiki Chanel.